Hello and welcome to the Literature Capital. This video deals with Robert Frost's poem Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. This poem was published in 1923 in the poetry collection The New Hampshire. This poem is written in Rubaiyat stanza, means there are 16 lines, 4 quatrains. Each stanza is written in Rubaiyat stanza, which copies the rhyme scheme of Omar Khayyam's Rubaiyat. It was translated into English by Edward Fitzgerald. In this stanza, you have the first, second, and the fourth line. They rhyme with each other in each stanza, but the same rhyming sound it reoccurs in the poem, the remaining part of the poem. So there is chain rhyming in this particular kind of writing style. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. It is about a traveler who's traveling with his horse, and he stops at a place where he's surrounded by the woods, and he's taken by it. He's so enchanted by the scenery around that he wants to stop there. But while stopping, he just wants to confirm that the owner of this place is not here to stop him. So he believes that he knows the owner of this wood, and he knows that he cannot be around to stop me from admiring this place for a few moments. It talks about people taking possession of things as naturally occurring as woods. The possession of material possession of humanity is being criticized here, that even if you possess it, you cannot control it all the time. It is difficult to put it under a watch all the time. So he says that he will not stop me, he will not see me stopping here to watch his wood fill up with snow. It is snowing, and the aura of the place is so lovely that he wants to stand and admire. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. So there is no civilization around. It is completely removed from the society. The dichotomy of nature and the society comes into play, where the traveler wants to stay in nature and does not want to go back to the society for the time being. So even the horse is accustomed to standing only at those places where there are social interactions. The horse himself has become so utilitarian with the traveler that he must be thinking in himself, quotes the traveler, the horse must be thinking that perhaps it is some mistake that the traveler has made me stop here. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. So we are talking about the darkest evening of the year. That is the day of the winter solstice, right? Where you have the longest night in the entire year. So you have the woods and the frozen lake, and between them is this traveler who looks at the woods as something very tempting, very enchanting, but at the same time, he looks at the year, the part of the year, as really threatening. This frozen lake and darkest evening of the year, they send something horrible in the mind of the traveler. He gives his harness bells a shake. So the horse now gives his harness bell a shake, perhaps thinking, musing to himself, why has this traveler stopped here? To ask if there is a mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake, other than the sound of the bell that occurs at the shake of the head by the horse, is the sound of the wind, the sound of the snow falling and the sound of the wind. These are the only sound that accompanies the sound of the bell. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. He wants to stay here. He is tempted by the beauty of this place, the enchantment of this place, but he resists the temptation. He says that I have promises to keep, right? There are social obligations waiting for me. This is a very realist stance on things. Unlike Wordsworth, Robert Frost does not romanticize any scenery beyond a certain degree. Yes, he admits the place is worth looking at, it is worth admiring, but he has to move away from there. Right? In the poem Birches as well, we'll see he says that he wants to escape the earth through that birches tree, but then he wants to come back because earth is the best place to love. So he wants to face reality. He does not escape from the reality, and he says that that because of that realism it prevails, and so he does not want to go, he does not want to tarry here, he wants to get away and join the society again, get away from the nature and be involved in the society, be absorbed in the society again, because there are obligations, there are moral duties waiting for him. But I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. These are very often quoted lines of Robert Frost, where he repeats a single thing, that he has miles to go, he has so many places to travel, so much of miles to cover before he can lay down for some kind of rest. So this life is full of struggles, and you cannot afford wasting your time beyond a certain degree. So this realist stance makes Robert Frost a modernist writer. Okay, so this will be all for this poem. Thank you so much.